Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever head into Las Vegas. Instead of playing in the Michelob Ultra Arena, they're playing in the T-Mobile Arena, packing it to the gills. 20,366 people in attendance. It was packed, folks. Packed to the gills. Caitlin Clark had a double-double, 13 points, 11 assists, 6 rebounds. The Indiana Fever lost this game. 88-69, the Indiana Fever lost this game. And to be fair with you, they could have won this game. The Indiana Fever very well could have won this game. Nalissa Smith missed every single free throw she decided to take. Caitlin Clark, tough shooting night from outside. Tammy Fegbenle, rough game for her. First time I've actually said to myself, wow, she doesn't look good tonight. Katie Lou couldn't hit the ocean from inside of a boat. Lexi Hull, where is Lexi Hull? Nope, Lexi Hull didn't show up today. And by not showed up, I mean Christie Sides didn't put her in the game. Lexi Hull was a no-call, no-show. Christie Sides said, yeah, you don't need to come into work today, actually. It wasn't a no-call, no-show. Christie Sides just said, don't bother coming in. We're good here. Instead, we put Damaris Dantas in. Damaris Dantas had her WNBA debut for the Indiana Fever this year. Great job, Damaris. You crushed it. 2 minutes. Looked slow, out of shape, out of place, like you didn't belong. Awesome. Great job. Glad we have you back. Erica Wheeler played today. And Lexi Hull didn't play at all. Why? I have no idea. You tell me why. I don't know. Fortunately for us, Christy Wallace was taken out of the starting lineup, and we put Katie Lou in. I was happy about the change. But unfortunately, it was a bad shooting day for Katie Lou. Katie Lou! Bad shooting day for Katie Lou. It is what it is. Am I going to overreact and take her out of the starting lineup? No. Am I going to say she had a bad game? Yes. Kayla Clark had a bad shooting night. I admitted it. Happy. She had a bad shooting night. Still managed to get her teammates involved. Realistically, she should have 15 assists tonight. 15, 16 assists easy tonight. But Nalissa Smith, I think she's thinking about Dejanay Carrington too much while she's out there. Like, ooh, Dejanay. And then she just bricks it. That's it. It's all right, Nalissa. You'll get it together. Am I off the Nalissa Smith train? No. You had a bad game. You had a bad game tonight. You played decent last time. And in the game before that, you got your boots cooked by Angel Reese. So 2 bad games out of the last 3. Not the best odds. We'll see. Yes, I remember the Seattle Story game. 2 out of the last 4. Don't crucify me. Kelsey Mitchell, she played pretty well. 23 points. Aaliyah Boston, 18 points, 11 boards. Nalissa Smith, 5 points, 14 rebounds. Ben, how are you saying she's bad? She had 14 rebounds. Yeah, Temmie could have gotten those boards. We could have started Temmie, and we would have gotten the same 14 boards, but it probably would have looked like 10, 12 points. Hopefully that's a change that's going to come down the line. Now that I'm done saying that, you guys remember when the Indiana Fever played the Seattle Storm? You guys remember that? And now that the pleasantries are all out of the way, I remember that. Do you remember this moment? Let me know if you remember this specific moment. Let me know that in the comment section below.
Do you want her to shoot more? Do you feel like she's not taking enough shots?
Yeah, Caitlin Clark needs to shoot at minimum 15 shots a game for us. I mean, she's got to get shots. We've got to do a better job of setting her up and setting some really good screens for her to get her open. You know, the way people guard her, it's tough because she's getting redded. So once the ball's out of her hands, she's setting the rest of our team up for some really great looks. But when we're not able to finish those, we've got to make sure we're going back and trying to get her back to that ball, getting that ball back in her hands at times.
So, what was that? What did she just say right there? 15 shots per game. Let's hear that again, shall we? Let's hear that one more time.
Do you feel like she's not taking enough shots?
Yeah, Caitlin Clark needs to shoot at minimum 15 shots a game for us. I mean, she's got to get shots. We've got to do a better job of setting her up and setting some really good screens for her to get her open. You know, the way people guard her, it's tough because she's getting redded. So once the ball's out of her hands, she's setting the rest of our team up for some really great looks. But when we're not able to finish those, we've got to make sure we're going back and trying to get her back to that ball, getting that ball back in her hands at times.
Folks, now my question to you. Watching tonight's game, my question to you guys. Did it look like we were watching a player? Did it look like we were watching a team that understands this person needs to get 15 shots per game? Minimum 15 shots per game. Now hear me out. Hear me out. She was 1 for 7 from 3. 4 for 12. Okay. How many of those shots were plays designed for her? Okay. How many of those shots were coming off a screen that was set at 100%? Okay. How many of those shots were Caitlin Clark creating it on her own? How many of those shots was Caitlin Clark being set up by her teammate? How many? Did it look like there were actions ran to get this person 15 shots per game? Did it look like the Las Vegas Aces were draped all over her tonight? Be honest, folks. Draped all over her? Draped. I'm not going to say that. I don't think the defense was so elite tonight that Christie sides just couldn't develop plays to get Caitlin Clark open. That we just couldn't be creative to get Caitlin Clark the ball. Does anybody know that she needs 15 shots minimum? Aaliyah Boston shot it 17 times. Kelsey Mitchell shot it 20 times. That's interesting. That's interesting, is it not? It's funny how literally the game after you give us that soliloquy about 15 times, she gets just 15 shots up. And the game later, the next game, you expect everybody to have short-term memory, Christie? You expect us all to forget. But that's not where it stops. Forget it. 15 shots, we're off that. We're off that. Where is Lexi Hull? Where is Lexi Hull? If Damaris Dantas is coming in for 2 minutes, you can't see in practice that she's slow and out of shape. You had to wait to watch it in real time. You had to wait to see it in the game that she's not ready yet. That she's not yet comfortable yet. You had to wait for the game. You couldn't see that in practice. Or are you too busy looking at your nails in practice? What are you doing over there? I have no idea. Where is Lexi Hole. I dare you to overreact next game and put Katie Lou Samuelson back on the bench and put an Erica Wheeler or Christie Wallace back in there. Christie, I double doggy dare you to do that. Double doggy dare you to do that. Where is Lexi Hole? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I told you, as soon as people started getting healthy, as soon as we started getting some bodies back, the rotation out the window. We saw Lexi Hole from 14 minutes to 4 minutes to 0 minutes. Sequential order. Damaris Dantis, why? For what? Aaliyah Boston, Nolissa Smith, Katie Lou Samuelson, Tammy Fegbenley. Those are the only 4 women we need on this team playing the 4 or 5 position. That is it. Damaris can keep her ass on the bench, Christie. The perimeter defense that we needed, we got rid of for Damaris. So we can play 5 bigs in one game? Why? Why was that even a thought tonight? Oh, we're going to get Smith and Boston rest, and we're going to bring in Tammy and Damaris and play 2 big. Where is Lexi Hole? Finally, you listen to some people in your circle, on YouTube, whoever, and Christie Wallace started on the bench today. Good job for you. You get a this. You get a these. You get me playing you a lullaby on the world's smallest violin. You get me strumming a nice tune on my imaginary violin. Here I am on my pretend invisible bass, giving Christie Sides all the credit in the world. Where is... Again, the Indiana Fever shot terribly tonight. They shot terribly from 3. They shot terribly from the free throw line. 23% from 3. That's awful, folks. 53% from the free throw line. That is awful, folks. 36% from the field. You're going to win. You're going to lose every single time. Every single time. We're lying about 15 shots. Yeah, I'm considering that a lie. That's a lie. You lied to us. You gave us sweet nothings to pacify the fans, to pacify the supporters, to pacify the people that actually watch. You told us that to calm everybody down. Calm everybody down. You lied about that. Back to the bullshit we go. The rotation. We're back to throwing crap on a wall, hoping something sticks. Guess what? Things stuck when we were on a 4-game win streak. Things stuck last game. Why didn't we stick with either of those rotations? Where is Lexi Hole? I don't know, Christie. I don't know. I don't know. And the worst thing that I saw tonight, between the second quarter and the fourth quarter, the Indiana Fever scored 23 points, folks. 10 points in the second quarter, 13 points in the fourth quarter. Is that the players' fault? How many games do they need to score less than 15 points in a quarter for us to stop blaming the players? It's a 6-point game. The Las Vegas Aces go on a 10-0 run out of a timeout. And Christie decides, lets it go, lets it go, lets it go, lets it go, and then decides to call a timeout. Useless. Gone. Into the sunken place. Every time Christie sides is walking that sideline, sitting on that sideline, I'm thinking to myself, is she in the sunken place right now? Is she just watching all of this go on and she just can't control anything and is just a bystander watching it all unfold like us? Like all of us. How can this team continue to score less than 15 points in a quarter? How? How can a team that can have a two-man game going between Clark and Boston, Clark and Katie Lou, Clark and Tammy, Clark and Smith, how can a team that can utilize a two-man game, how can a team that can spread the floor, Clark, Katie Lou, Lexi Hull, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, how can we have a team that can be versatile if we think to ourselves, continuously have games where they score 10 points a quarter, 9 points a quarter, 8 points in a quarter, 13 points in a quarter, 15 points in a quarter? Whose fault is that? You tell me. It's the coach's fault. It's the coach's fault. Notice, I'm not taking it in anybody's direction. The players can only take you so far. This is the question I have for you guys. If we take out Christie sides and we put in Becky Hammond, if we just reverse roles of the coaches tonight, you think when the Indiana Fever bring it within 6, you think they're going to let the Aces come out on a 10-0 run with Becky Hammond as the coach? 6 quick points, timeout. What the hell are you guys doing out there? What the hell are you guys doing out there? That's what Becky Hammond would do. That's what Becky Hammond did once the Fever did start kicking their ass. Once the Fever did start clawing their way back in the game, once the Fever did make it a 6-point game, Becky Hammond said, what the hell are you guys doing? You know who you guys have on this team? Kelsey, put your foot in their ass. Asia, let's go. Jackie, you already know what it is. And they proceeded to gain a lead and expand the lead. Meanwhile, Christie Sides is on the sidelines. And the whole team, I'm sure, is just tuning her out. Just tuning her out. Did I say Caitlin Clark had a bad shooting game? Yes, I said it. But again, this is coaching. This team would have 10, 11, maybe even 12 wins if we had a different coach. You know they're winning that Chicago Sky game. And you know there's a couple games in there they're squeaking out as well. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast, or we're calling a spade a spade. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate you all for listening. Appreciate you all for reaching out. Everybody that showed up in the venue tonight, appreciate all of the support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, Christie, come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Take it easy.